How to create and customize a link in bio page using Squarespace. Hey everyone and welcome, I hope you're all doing great. In this video I will show you step by step how to do so. It is actually going to be a very simple process with Squarespace. Now obviously Squarespace is not specifically for link in bios, but you can definitely use it for it. So I'm going to show you step by step how to do so starting right now. First, open up your site. And then once your site launches, we're going to start by setting up the actual page itself. So this is going to be the main page here. I'm not really going to touch that. What we want to do is just go to pages on the left side here. Now I'm just going to add it to the not linked section, but you can also add it to the main navigation if you want to. So I'm just going to go to not linked and click on the plus icon here. Now it's not going to be as simple as, just finding a template for a link in bio, just using that, but no, it's not going to work like that. What I'm going to do is just click on blank page, and we're going to start fresh. So we're just going to build it from scratch. And obviously we want to optimize it for mobile as well and make sure it is going to be visible for all and accessible to all. So I'm just going to start with a blank page. Now they're asking me to give it a name, so it's obviously going to go for, I'm going to go for link in bio. Hit enter and it should actually launch the page here for you. It should be an empty page without a background, without nothing. But it's going to include the footer and the header, and we don't really want that, or at least I don't want that. You can feel free to keep them, you can feel free to remove them. Let's say you actually want to remove them. I mean, if you want to keep them, you're good to go. Already you have them, good. But if you actually want to remove the header and the footer for the link in bio page, simply just go right next to it, click on the settings icon, and then from the settings icon here, first, since we're here, you can actually go ahead and change the URL slug if you want to, and you can actually go ahead and do more things like, duplicating it if you want to have backups and stuff, and set up the SEO for it for, the SEO title and description if you want. But most importantly, if you want to remove the header and footer, just go to the navigation setting here and click on or disable the show header and disable the show footer. Just make sure you save it from the top left, otherwise it's not going to actually do anything. And this is pretty much the page that we have now. It's pretty much empty. It's just a blank page, a completely blank page. So the next step is going to be by clicking on edit on it. And let's just go ahead and start by adding a few elements to it. So I'm just going to click on add section. Click on add blank section, or at least I'm going to do that. And then what I'm going to do is we can first start by adding the actual background image. To do so, or doing so, is very simple. You simply just click on edit section once you actually click on the section itself. And then from here, you simply just want to click on background. And then you simply just click on image or even video if you want, and upload your own image or video. So I'm just going to browse stock images because I don't really have a proper one to use right now, and I'm just going to use a stock image that I find. So to keep up with the theme that I already had with the home page, I'm going to use the same image, which is this one, and simply just click on add image, and it should be added as a background image, like so. And I'm just going to adjust it a little bit when it comes to colors and stuff, and the opacity. I'm just going to really increase that. I really want it to be fully in depth. Okay, now that we have our background ready to go, we can start by creating the elements necessary for a proper link in bio page. And by the way, if you want to increase the size for it, you simply just drag this up or down depending on what you actually want here. Let's just drag this down a little bit. And by the way, you can always at each step view the mobile view as well and see how it's actually going to look like. So let's just adjust that real quick for the mobile view and make sure it is set properly. Okay, let's go back here now. Usually with a link in bio, you're going to have your profile picture, and then you are going to have some description or text, or maybe some sort of basically text. You can type in whatever you actually want to type in. And then you obviously are going to have a bunch of buttons which are going to link to your socials. So let's implement that step by step. First, you simply just click on add block on the top left corner of your section. Click on image, and then just move that over here to the top. Resize it to your liking. And then we simply just want to go ahead and centralize it like so. click on edit, and then we can feel free to add an image, but we can go to design here and change the shape of the image. Obviously, you can make it a circular one, which is mostly what is used when it comes to link in bios. You also have more shapes here as well that you can use, and plenty of actually shapes, so you can feel free to use whichever one that you want to go with, but I think circle is the best one to use right now. Next up, I'm just going to go back to content and add the actual profile picture. So I'm just going to click on upload file, and I'm just going to use this purple one as if it is actually the profile picture. It shouldn't really take too long here. It should actually pop up here as the actual profile picture. Resizing it is possible, obviously, but I'm just going to leave it as it is. Is this the center? I think it is. No, let's just go back here. Okay. So now that we have our profile picture, we want to add some text beneath. So we can just do that very easily by clicking on add block from the top left corner and clicking on text. And this is going to allow us to drag it right underneath here and type whatever you want to actually type. So let's just go for heading 2. I really want it to be on the larger side, not that large. So let's just go to heading 3. And don't worry about the image, we can always just go back and adjusting it. So we can type something like, this is a link in bio. I'm not sure what I want to go with here, but I'm just going to write this. We can again centralize it and also centralize the text itself. So let's just go ahead and do that. There you go. And then once we have this, we can again resize it, change the color of the text, do plenty of things here. If you want to do that, you can feel free to do it with the formatting options that are provided with Squarespace. So plenty that you can do. I'm just going to leave it as it is. I think it is quite nice. I'm not, I think there's a better color for it out there, but I'm just going to keep it as it is. Okay, now that we have this, we should simply just want to go ahead and start adding the actual buttons. So doing so again is going to be a very simple process. Click on add block from the top left corner and click on button. And then just move this to where you actually want it to be. And we can just go ahead and change the type of button you actually want to use. So whether it's going to be primary, secondary, or tertiary. And designing the actual buttons is going to be through the site styles from the top right corner, which I'm going to talk in a little bit, but first let's just go ahead and add these buttons like so. And then let's say we want to have 4 different links. So if you want to have 4 different links, just add a button once and just duplicate that by just clicking on this one, which should be Control D. I'm not sure why it didn't work here. Okay, there you go. So Control D, and it should actually, duplicate them for you. Duplicate it as many times as you actually need. So if it's 4 times, you want to do it 4 times, like so, and place them like this. Now, what we want to do is change the text within the button and then change the actual link to the button. So you simply just click on any buttons, click on edit, and you are going to be able to change the text. So website first, and then you can just click on attach link. And let's say our website is google.com, I wish, and we just hit enter and we're good to go. And for some reason it resized it for us, so let's just go and try to change that real quick by dragging this downwards, and then we just drag these downwards as well. Okay, so now that we have this, I'm actually going to duplicate the first one so it does not do the same thing again. So let's just duplicate there you go. Duplicate this, and now just simply replace the link and the text. So duplicate one more time. There you go. Click on the second one, do the same thing, edit, change this to, for example, YouTube. And it already changed. I'm not sure why it keeps changing the size, to be honest. It's going to be such a pain, but we can manage this. And obviously you just want to change the link to your YouTube channel URL, and same goes for the rest of them. So we already learned together that we shouldn't really duplicate. We should just use them as they are. So we just want to do this, try to drag it like this, and then just add more buttons by just duplicating, because we don't learn and we just want to edit, give it a proper text, and attach the link to it. Okay, so I've had it with three links. I'm not going to add the fourth one. As you know, it's quite annoying because it keeps resizing. But either way, it's very simple still, even with that inconvenience here. But once you're happy with this, you simply just want to switch to mobile. Don't forget about mobile. I mean, most people are going to actually view this page using mobile, so just click on mobile view, and then you're not going to find it as perfect as it was in the desktop view, so you will need to actually adjust that real quick. Adjusting it is very simple. Most likely than not, you just want to make it full width when it comes to the buttons, like so. And maybe decrease the size of the profile picture a little bit. Obviously, this is going to really depend on how you actually want it to look like. But heads up is pretty much whatever you do with the mobile version is not going to affect the desktop one, so just keep that in mind. And maybe we can just create some spacings between them, so we can just do this, that, like so. So, you know, basic little adjustments should be more than enough. So once you're happy with both, you simply just click on site styles if you want to actually adjust the buttons. But we're pretty much set, it's pretty much good to go. But if you want to change the button styles, just click on site styles from the top right corner and go to buttons. Once you click on buttons, you can just feel free to change, click on the right arrow here right next to it, and you can feel free to change the primary one, how you actually want it to look like, the secondary one, and also the tertiary one. I'm done here. Okay, so once you click on the first one here, you can feel free to change the shape for it. You can feel free to change the font, the outline if you want to increase that as well, and you have plenty more that you can actually go in and use. And if you want to really just change the themes, you can go with this if you want. So all of these options are available to you if you want to adjust the site buttons. So basically, whatever you adjust here is going to be applied to all the different pages that you have on Squarespace, not only this one. Just keep that in mind because it's going to change a lot of stuff for your site as well. So once you're happy with this, click on save on the top left corner and basically share the URL to this page. You can always just find it within the settings here if you want to. It's going to be this URL slug. So type in your site and then this URL slug and you should be good to go. You can share it on your socials and you're set. So hopefully you found this video to be informative and helpful, and thanks for watching.